Hi there. It's Angel here with Mastiff Home Buyers. Wanted to jump on live today and talk about equity. Maybe I talked about this before. I don't know, but I feel that it's important because it keeps coming up. And based on my own experience in the past, when I was younger, I think that there's a lack of understanding of equity and really how you can use equity to build wealth. So, for those of you who are new to home buying or who have never bought a home, when you buy a home, the difference between what you owe and what the house is worth is your equity. So that means that's your money. Generally, most often, while it is in the uh, house, it is tucked away and safe from being lost. So it is in the house, and you don't have to worry about losing that equity. There are circumstances sometimes when the market changes drastically. That happened in like 2008. Uh, well, yeah, 2008, and home values went down and people lost a lot of equity in that time, but that is not um, usually what happens. So when you buy a house, you put down 20%. So that gives you a cushion right off the bat, and why lenders require you to put down that 20%. So you really have a cushion in between what you owe and what you uh, what the house is worth. So you already have that cushion of equity. So if the market does go down, you are able to still have money tucked away in that house. So what is equity and how can it help you? You will hear, and sometimes lenders encourage people, use your equity. You want to go on that vacation, buy a car, whatever it is, you go and you pull out your equity, and you really have to go through a process of refinancing. And let's just say that the lenders get paid for that refinancing process. So it is a benefit to lenders for you to go through that refinance process. That's why all of us, including me, get emails regularly from our current lender saying, is it time to refinance? So they make money through that refinancing process. So um, lots of folks will be telling you, take that money out, cash it out, go buy a car, go buy, things that you need, fix your house up. So let's talk about that for a minute. Fixing your house up isn't necessarily a bad thing, but the money really, in order for it to be spent wisely, you should focus on paying for those things that are necessary and not things that are wants. So it's that needs versus wants thing. Sorry. Um, so if you are wanting to make some improvements to your house, maybe you have a bad deck or something that you feel is dangerous for your kids to be on, you can uh, get some cash out of your house through a refinancing process and potentially have a new deck built. Um, that is probably going to also help the value of your house somewhat, not a ton, but it's not going to hurt you in any way to do that. So you're taking the money out and you're putting it in, or investing it back in your house. Now, if you take that money, you refinance, you take it out, you don't fix anything in the house, and you decide, hey, I just want to take the family to Hawaii. And so you take that money out and you go spend 20, 30 grand in Hawaii. Well, guess what? That money's gone. It's gone. forever. And you may be of the opinion, well, I want to have these experiences. Yeah, a lot of people do. A lot of people want to have experiences. So if you are willing to take having that experience over having long term wealth for you and your family, then that is certainly your choice, to take on. But if you want to uh, keep your wealth and keep growing your wealth, the way to do that is to keep your equity in place or to use the equity to buy other investments. Maybe a whole life insurance policy, maybe a rental property, or maybe invest it in a syndication, which is where a pool of investors put together money and buy apartment buildings. So you don't have to manage anything, you just have to put your money into that. A REIT is also an option to put money into. And I mentioned the whole life insurance policy. That is something that I did, was purchase a whole life insurance policy, which I can borrow from that. It's called a bank on yourself plan. I can borrow from that and use it if I need to live on for a rainy day, to buy a car, go on vacation. The thing is that when I take that money out, I'm expected to put it back in. So it's like taking a loan out from yourself. And so you're paying yourself interest. And I guess I would much rather pay myself interest than somebody else or a bank. So I'm paying myself 5% interest. That would be much better rate than credit card rates. So you can't beat that. But take your money. If you do decide to take your money out, think about investing a good chunk of it. Now that doesn't mean that you have to invest all of it and you can never go on vacation. But I want to caution folks that the best way to build wealth is to leave the money in there so that it can continue to grow for you and that you can reinvest it in other investments in the future. So your equity will continue to grow year over year. And so, how you gain equity, one, there's two ways. So, one is you're paying down your mortgage, and some of that money is going towards your principal. And so, you're paying that down, paying that down. And so, the more of the property you own, that is your equity. Your numbers between what you owe and what the house is worth. So, the other thing that happens is houses and real estate appreciate. So they go up in value. So if you own a house, unlike a car that depreciates in value, a house goes up in value. Even houses in lower end neighborhoods are going to go up in value. So any kind of real estate goes up in value. So it is an investment, and it's an investment worth having. So if you hold on to that property and you pay down the mortgage and you watch it appreciate over time, you get more and more equity in that property that you can invest in other places. So I think it's important for people to understand what that equity is and how to grow it, and maybe how to preserve it and not get excited about spending it, because just because there's money there doesn't mean that it's a good idea to spend it in any which way. So that was something that I had to learn, and I don't think I know, I shouldn't say I don't think, I know I never understood that until really I got into real estate, which is kind of sad because I think I was 44 when I got into real estate. And so late in life, I'd gone through all those years, 24 years, really not understanding equity or how my investment in a home could help me build wealth. And so once I learned that, I thought, hey, this is something that I really need to do. So that's what we do here at Mastiff Home Buyers is we're looking at building wealth for ourselves, but we also want to help others build wealth as well. So uh, we want to guide you and help you be able to keep your homes and be able to build equity within your homes, and that's always the best case scenario. So if that's not possible, we understand, everybody has to move once in a while, things happen, things change. And so sometimes it's not possible to just leave the money in a house and let it grow kind of like our parents did, because I think a lot of us grew up with in families who the um, whose parents lived in a house forever and ever. They lived in their first home, maybe it was their childhood home. Everybody grew up there. It was an inherited house, and everybody just lived there. And um, the and it just it was the house that you grew up in, and people didn't move all over the place like they do now. So now people move often. Most people will sell their house within 5 to 7 years. And so you can still, even if you sell your house within 5 to 7 years, you can invest some of that money. Now, you might invest it in a bigger home, and I will encourage you not to go overboard with that bigger home, and make sure that it, in fact, is something that you can afford, because you don't want to put yourself in difficult circumstances. So, however, in the instance that you do get into difficult circumstances and you need to move and you don't have the equity that you need to be able to pay a real estate agent fee, or you just don't have the equity to be able to sell, you need a down payment for your next house, give me a call and let's talk through what your situation is. Let's talk through what's going on and figure out if there is a way that I can help you. I am here to help people. Our company is here to help people. And so, whatever your problem is, we're here to help you try to solve it. And we don't just buy houses, we're here to solve your problems. So I hope that you will trust us enough to at least give us a chance, give us a call. Uh, let's just talk it through. Let me see if I can help you. You have nothing to lose. We don't charge anything for our services. And if we can't make an offer that you will accept or that is good for you, then we will either one, keep trying, or we will refer you on somewhere else to someone else who can help you. So we're here to make sure that your best needs are met, and it's not about us. And so hopefully, people will not be getting into these stressful situations in as the market starts to change. But we know that there will be some who do get into those situations, and we want to be here to help you if you do. So, wrapping up, again, my name is Angel, and I am the CEO of Mastiff Home Buyers, and we're here to help property owners achieve financial wealth. We're here to help property owners out of distress situations, whether they're financial or emotional. We want to help you leave that distress behind and move on with your life. So, if you have any questions, I am here. You can check out our website. I hope that you can see the little ticker down there, and maybe you'll take a minute to check out our website. And if you have any questions, reach out. I just would love to chat with you. See you all later.